Greetings, dear friends. Greetings. Happy Monday. Here we are with starting our week off with our mindful mindful motivation for mindset mastery session. I trust you had a beautiful, relaxing weekend and are ready for another week as we're in the month of December. I don't know about you, but things tend to take on a wee bit of a different rhythm, a little bit of a different pace. I hope you're feeling that too. It's about having a look at all of the different things that you put into motion and into creation for this entire year, because we're getting ready to let go of 2022 and step into an auspicious 2023, and we're going to make it that way. Today in particular is a really powerful day. As you know, if you've watched these sessions before, I like to just kind of check in with the energies, and in particular with the moon, but I also like to check about numbers. I'm very into the numerology aspects of it too. Today is the 12th, so this is the 12/12, and when we have those types of days like 11/11, 10/10, things of that nature, right? So today is 12/12, and this is like a gateway or a portal to just maybe even put your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and think back for the 1/1, January 1st, 2022. How did you feel? Who have you become since then? What are the pieces that let you up, that really aligned with your heart? And what were the pieces that maybe are time to let go of? Good morning, Randy. Lovely to have you here. So like I said, today is very much about just reflecting. In fact, this whole week, because what we're going to be affected by moon cycle wise is the waning crescent of the moon in the sign of Libra. That kind of comes into more power for us on the 17th. So we still have 5 days, but the energy builds. And you know, moon phases in the sign of Libra is always one of my favorite types of energy, because the sign of Libra, it's all about balance. So as we review the intentions, the things we did, the things we put in motion, the things that we didn't maybe even put in motion, and start to look at balance. Do you have a good work-life balance? Do you have a good balance with how you talk to yourself, about yourself? And so this is never a time, these mindset mastery sessions are never ever intended to criticize or make you review something and say, oh gosh, I'm not doing this, or this is not okay. So this is about just being aware. So all that being said, this is about balance and review. That's where we're at, kind of almost in the middle of December. And if you celebrate Christmas, maybe you're starting to get a bit festive, a bit fun. But whether you do or not, I think it's also an important time to slow things down, to just really get into your rhythm, your whatever pace is right for you. Take on things that are right for you and release and let go what's not serving the best part of you. Talking about let go, I'm shuffling my letting go cards because I like to look at the energies that we're sitting in, and then also give you a wee bit of an idea of just an area that maybe you could have a little bit of a look. This is about being a wee bit of a spiritual detective, right? Just saying, what can I let go of in order to find that rhythm, that balance, that ease? And the card that's come up for us today is pattern. Do you have a pattern where you kind of allow it to continue on without pausing and saying, hey, wait, is this really what I want? Is this really the piece that lights my heart up? Because I think we can all have patterns that we kind of just allow to carry us on without just pausing, right? So that's what I'm saying. 12/12, the moon phase is perfectly set up for us to just schedule a wee bit of time. Schedule maybe a wee bit extra time. If you have your own self-care processes and protocols set up at the beginning of your day, can you expand that just a little bit to maybe be a wee bit more introspective? Maybe spend a wee bit more time with your journal. Maybe have a little bit more of an expansive gratitude practice, and just see Are there patterns? Are there sticky points? Are there areas that you can just say, thank you, but I don't need it anymore? Or it's not really aligned with who I'm becoming or what I'm heading towards or what I'm intending to create as I step into a new year. Okay, so take a deep breath again. I'm just shuffling the tarot cards. For these sessions, I like to pull one tarot card, then we pull 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards, and we wrap it up with one of my new cards, the Liberate Your Inner Truth. I've said this to you before too. If anything that I say triggers you or makes you question, or you want more resources or more help or suggestions, put it in the comments below or message me directly. Because like I said too, is that when we do these sort of introspection conversations, checking in, review, sometimes we can get into a situation of, oh, I want to release this. Maybe I have a pattern that I want to release, but I have no idea where to go or how to do it or what's the easiest way or things of that nature. So if you need more help or support, just let me know. Okay, so we're going to look at what's the tarot card that goes along with all of this. And this is an interesting one. So it's the 10 of Swords. So perhaps, does that relate to that pattern? The 10 of Swords kind of indicates that there's a propensity to get too dramatic, to get too into, oh my God, the sky's falling, or this is always happening to me, or but it being swords, it's head-based energy. So remember I said about balance? So the 10 of Swords is actually inviting us to say, wait, am I paying too much attention to all the dialogue in my head without saying, come into my heart, come into my heart, come into my focusing on my breathing, on my breath, and actually really acknowledging that we are always at the right place at the right time, number one. And number two, we always have the capacity to get through or deal with whatever's in front of us. However, if we get into too much of the drama creating thought pattern, fear-based thought pattern, we can sometimes miss it. So sometimes, let's just as a wee scenario, let's say you have a problem that you want to get a solution to, or you want to figure out. Your head may have you prattling off many different scenarios and paths, whereas maybe the thing that you need to do is just sit and just breathe. But you'll miss that if you've allowed yourself to be carried off by the stories, right? So this is about coming into your heart space and say, okay, I can't see the resolution or the solution or the best way for me right now. But, and this is the big but, is that when we do that, just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not there. But it's about coming into your heart space and trusting your inner wisdom, that even if you don't see it or understand it in that moment, you will recognize it when it shows up. And that's, so in my wee analogy there, sometimes it's just, you know what, I don't know what the best way to do, maybe to release that pattern, for instance. But I'll recognize it when it lands in my lap, or I recognize it when my inner wisdom says, yes, go that way. So this is another big piece about this whole idea of balance with that Libra energy, is what's your rhythm? And just checking in. Am I feeling in balance? Am I feeling aligned? And then having a look and asking your intuitive guidance to be the navigator rather than your chattering, judgy mind. I hope that makes sense. Okay, as I've been riffing on those ideas about helping you get out of your head a little bit, that's about balance, right? We'll pull 3 of these Healing with the Angels cards. I like using this deck with these mindset mastery conversations just because they give such loving, beautiful suggestions and advice. This is funny. I need to start tracking this. I think I might have said this last week. We have a card that keeps coming up. And so when a card keeps coming up, it means that we're still missing nuances of what the suggestion is. So it's actually a beautiful gift too. But we start off with celebration. Celebrate your year. Celebrate who you have become throughout this entire process of 2022. And when we celebrate and recognize the different nuances and pieces that we've put into motion and that we've experienced, it's all part of our own healing path. Of course, all healing starts within. And so maybe this is a time when we get into balance, that work-life balance, that head, heart, and higher self balance even. That's part of your healing. That is part of you coming home to you. But this is the card that I was chuckling about that comes up oftentimes, is nature. So to me, I feel like that's referring to what is your nature. You know, if you are being guided to let go of patterns or limitations or pieces that are keeping you stuck or playing small, what is your real nature? And of course, the other part of that card is, do you get out in nature enough? Do you just, I know it's in the Western Hemisphere or the Northern Hemisphere, we're in colder temperatures, but it's still important to reflect on nature, even if it's going out and bundling up and having a walk in the woods or just paying attention to what's going on. It's when we do those types of things, then we actually start to get the messages from our own intuitive nature, and we tap into source energy. And sometimes that's the best way to get a resolution to something that you're looking to balance or to fix. Nothing needs fixed, right? But you know what I mean. I trust you know what I mean. Okay, my dears, I'm just about to wrap this session up for today, but we're going to draw one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. It looks like it's this one. That's nice. This is cool. So this is about balance too. So the card is I am charismatic. And it says, my versatility makes me so comfortable in all situations. I make it a point to uplift the people I speak with. I leave each person feeling better than I found them. I am charismatic. And that's beautiful. Like, that can actually really be elevated when we let go of patterns, when we become more in alignment with our essence, with our soul's guidance, with the little inner whisper that's often trying to get our attention, but sometimes we get too caught up in that mind chatter that we miss it. So I trust this makes sense. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Like I said, if you need any help or resources, let me know. I'm here for you. Much love and thank you for watching. Have a great week.